Once again, bowling's elite have come in hunt of the trophy that flies highest in the PBA, the U.S. Open. Challengers have rolled in from near and far, including Denmark's Thomas Larsen, four-time U.S. Open finalist Marshall Kent, and the man whose hair and success have made him one of the main forces of this sport, North Carolina's Kyle Troup. We welcome you to day one of Fox Sports' two-day coverage of the U.S. Open. Welcome to the first of 2 days of live PBA U.S. Open coverage here on Fox Sports. Packed house in Indianapolis as we launch the season with one of bowling's 5 majors and arguably its most demanding. Tomorrow on Fox, you will witness E.J. Tackett, the #1 seed here for the second consecutive season, trying to win his first ever U.S. Open. The man who beat him in last year's final, Anthony Simonson, is your 3 seed. The top 4 awaiting to find out who survives today's action. Here's your 5. Kyle Troup, the 5 seed, Larsen, Kent, and then we're going to open up with a battle of newbies on television, Frank Snodgrass and your #9 seed, Justin Knowles. Snodgrass, as you take a look at your Fox bet odds, a slight favorite to win our opening match of this, the 66th PBA season. So glad you're here with us from Indy. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer Randy Pedersen, who today begins his 23rd year as the lead color commentator for PBA broadcast, a brand new record. Congrats, my friend.
Thanks.
Yeah. Get it together here while I talk a little bit, my friend. It's amazing, 23 years.
I think the other day you said, I didn't think you'd last 6 months.
Well, here you are, my friend. All right, well, you got to last 2 days, right? Because we've got 2 days of U.S. Open coverage. So we're going to start right now with talking about the degree of difficulty for this year's version of the U.S. Open. Seems to be amplified a little bit this year with this 9-man stepladder over 2 days.
Absolutely. This really does have the U.S. Open old school feel to it. And then you add another stepladder finals on top of that. But I mean, the scoring pace this week with 4 different patterns, absolutely brutal. Here's one for you. Jason Belmonte, the #1 player in the world, did not average 200 for the week. And not only that, on top of everything else, this place, Woodland Bowl, hosting the 5th major, the only center in the world to ever do that.
0 300 games this week.
0.
The closest we got, a 299 yesterday from our #7 seed, Marshall Kent.
Yeah, Marshall Kent, 299, high game of the tournament. You know what his closing game was this morning in match play? 141, but he still hung on to that 7th seed.
Kyle Troup, he is our 5 seed. He'll close out today's broadcast. And he enters this season on a strong conclusion to 2022.
Yeah, 2022 didn't start off very well for Kyle, and boy, did he turn it around late. Winning the Tour Championship again for the 2nd consecutive season. He was the MVP of the Elias Cup, and he won the Strike Derby. And let me just change that to the playoffs. He won the PBA playoffs again for the 2nd straight season. But man, did he turn his season around at the end.
Yeah, timing is everything in life. The 2021 PBA Player of the Year standing by laneside with our Kimberly Pressler.
Rob, you're absolutely correct. Timing is everything, but so is perseverance, because this guy has entered the U.S. Open 7 times, but this is the first time that he has ever made match play, which is kind of crazy to me, especially with your resume. But they just talked about the fact that, in your own words, you said you struggled in 2022, but you're kicking off 2023 strong, making match play.
Yeah, it feels great. You know, I had a little bit of struggles last year. I finished off at strong. Came in this year feeling really good physically. Mentally, I feel like last year really improved in some aspects of that part of my game. And it feels great. I'm in match play. I turned a 24-game free roll into a TV show. I feel confident about today, so let's see how it goes.
And we talked to the athletes all this week, and they said that this was absolutely brutal to get to this point. How was it for you?
I mean, the U.S. Open, it's the true test of a bowler in all aspects of their game. These patterns are crazy difficult. You know, spares are very important. Thank you, Gup, for strikes are for show. Spares make the dough. And, you know, it takes a true test, like I said, so looking forward to it.
We'll see you later on today, but let's get to bowling.
Absolutely. Kimberly, thank you very much. More on Kyle Troop. He has a bit of a hand issue right now. We'll get into that a little bit later. We welcome all of those who've just tuned in on FS1. College hoops is over. It is time to bowl here at the U.S. Open, day one of 2 straight on Fox Sports. Tomorrow we're on Fox. Today we're on FS1. Here are the 4 matches that you will be seeing live today on FS1. The winner of match number 4 will advance to the final 5 of tomorrow's broadcast live on Fox. We begin with 2 folks from not too far away from each other in Michigan, and 2 gentlemen making their TV debut, Frank Snodgrass and Justin Knowles.
He rolls out of Jack 60 in Jackson, Michigan, your number 9 seed, Justin Knowles.
"31-year-old from Okemos, Michigan, about an hour-ish north of Detroit, a suburb of Lansing. Came through the PTQ, the pre-tournament qualifying. He has rolled 56 games just to get here.
And he's starting with the urethane right out of the gate. Rob, purple hammer for Justin.
The lone lefty, and he gets a strike. That's how you start a season.
I'm here.
Bowling out of 5-star lanes in Sterling Heights, Michigan, your number 8 seed, Frank Snodgrass.
Lives about 20 minutes north of Detroit. Snodgrass and Knowles know each other very well. Fair to say these two have crossed paths numerous times on the lanes. Kimberly will have more on that in a moment. Here's Snodgrass's first shot on television.
And he also going with urethane purple hammer as well.
Left for 10.
Yeah, players are just trying to control the pocket and going with the weakest equipment they can use to do that.
Is that code for saying they're just trying to stay out of trouble?
Exactly. Until the lanes break down and actually give them something they can work it with. But I'll tell you what, I think Justin Knowles, being the only southpaw in the top 9, might have a huge advantage.
That is a sigh of relief pickup right there. Yeah, it's a single pin conversion, but when you're thrown that right away on television, it's nice to get it out of the way. You can see the smile as you see the U.S. Open presented by Go Bowling, and the size of the field at 108 and all the cuts, and we are down to our final 9. This is your 8 versus 9 matchup. The winner will take on 7 seed Marshall Kent, Thomas Larson, and then Kyle Troop will close things out today. His first televised strike. Spare strike for Snodgrass to start.
You see just how straight he's going. It's 9 at the arrows, out to the 7.5 board. That's pretty straight up the lane.
Justin Knowles up right now. We asked him, how close were you to getting on to television in the past? He said, not very close. You know, maybe I got in the 30s a couple years ago, and here he is checking in at number 9 at the most challenging tournament that the PBA offers. Back-to-back opening jacks for Knowles and Kimberly. Justin and Frank awfully familiar in facing each other on the lanes.
Absolutely. You guys mentioned that they are friends, so it's no surprise that they've gone head-to-head in competition. In fact, they've agreed that it's been at least 50 other times. But one thing they cannot agree on is who has won more times. Frank says that it's him. Well, he says sometimes it's even, but Justin says he strongly disagrees as he has beat Frank in more important competitions. But then Justin followed it up with saying, man, I better win this today or he's never going to let me leave that statement down.
Friendly rivals, both from the Detroit area. Nice kick.
Time.
What a start for Knowles. Again, Randy, as you mentioned, the lone lefty remaining in the U.S. Open field.
Yeah, and you know, his first 2 shots, Rob, according to Strike Track, were identical. And then he misses just a couple boards to the right, and he goes Brooklyn. But that's what makes the U.S. Open, man. It's just so tough. That's why Dave Husted won it 3 times. That's why Pete Weber won it 5 times.
How fitting.
You already just said, how fitting. Knowles crosses over for a 3-bagger. He peers and leaves a ring 10 working on a strike.
Frame 1 on that right lane, also left the 10-pin. Theme all week, take care of your spares.
Yeah, just stay out of trouble, man. Keep the ball on line, but you gotta make spares. You can't throw enough strikes to catch up when you do have open frames.
Take a look at the oil pattern today, Randy.
41 feet in length, but remember the Players Bowl in 4 different patterns. 49 feet, 43 feet, 39 feet, but this one's 41. But right now, right out of the gate, you can see how much straighter the players are going on the right side of the lane. And, of course, the 2-hander on the left, he's kind of hooking it.
How long do you anticipate that quote-unquote straight-ish line on the right side remaining?
It's going to stay there until the front part of the lane breaks down and starts to burn up, and then the players will move inside and throw to that spot. Uh-oh. How about a break?
No break, still just 1 strike for Snodgrass. Came in the second.
Couple boards wide of target, but just the 2-pin, and that's okay.
Converted all 16 of his 2-pin shots this week through qualifying. Make it 17 for 17, so he remains clean, but it's 3 9 spares and a strike. That's why he is down 21 to this man, Justin Knowles. Great story about Knowles. He got into pre-tournament qualifying Saturday around 5 p.m. Got a phone call in the middle of another tournament. Had driving all over the state of Michigan and Ohio to Toledo to drop off family. Then got back here at 2:30 a.m. on Sunday for an 8 a.m. start. And here he is, still rolling. Oh boy, 7 stays.
Well, sometimes there's justice in this sport, and sometimes there isn't. Remember, he crossed over for 3 in a row, and this time he goes through the nose and doesn't break up the split.
How about it? Look.
Correct.
Game effort, but left the 7, first open frame.
A little slower speed on that last shot, Rob, which caused it to go high. And now all of a sudden it's just a 6-pin difference between the two.
How quickly things can turn
Yep.
here at the U.S. Open. Again, the winner to take on Marshall Kent, your 7 seed. We're live on FS1 today, tomorrow. The Final 5 live on Fox. Knowles on the left. Yeah, little kick. Oh. Back on the strike train, his 4th of this opening match.
Pretty good shot here, and then gets a nice late trip on the 8-pin. Did I just say 8-pin?
You did.
I can't believe I just said 8-pin.
Horrible, horrible pin.
Oh.
Back to Snodgrass. His grandpa, Roland, watching back in Roseville, Michigan. Grandpa owned a pro shop, Roland's Bowling.
Beautiful.
I think you have to say it like Roland's Bowling.
Roland's bowling.
Roland's Bowling. Roland watching his grandson. Get denied a strike there. Again, the 10-pin, standing strong, Randy.
Yeah, I think that's 3 10s on that right lane. And again, that's part of the downside with using urethane is it's just not strong enough through the pins. And you can see it 3 times in a row on that right lane for Frank.
So again, this is his first time on television. You're saying he's rolling urethane. He only has 1 strike, but everything has been manageable. 9 spares, 9 spares, 9 spares. Are you saying stay with this current game plan?
Yes.
Remains clean.
Yeah, it's no time to panic yet. And I believe he's going to take a re-rack on the left lane.
His older sister Crystal, his Aunt Deanna, his grandma Karen, all here to cheer him on. Said he was close to making a show last year in Jackson, Michigan, finished in the teens. And it was interesting, Randy, he reflected back to us on Friday. Poor Friday AM. During the break, he said, I went back, did some soul searching. A 360 pin difference between his morning and afternoon block with the same shot.
That's big. For what these players are bowling on and what they've bowled on all week, that is incredible.
We start the 6th.
And so far, Frank's had 0 luck through 6 frames.
0 luck, but I would also say 0 perilous moments.
Yeah. I mean, his execution's been really, really good. This is just a hair high, but he doesn't get the trip 4. But he's managing his game beautifully through 6. Perfect on the 4-pin this week, 10 for 10.
And he remains perfect and remains clean here in his first ever televised match, and it happens to come at the U.S. Open. Snodgrass, Knowles, the winner to take on Marshall Kent. We'll wrap up our first game next. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Knock your initial mortgage rate down by up to 3% with rate reduced from Guaranteed Rate. Learn more at rate.com. Rob Stone, Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler, welcome you back to Royal Pin Woodland in Indianapolis for 2 Detroit guys going at it. Just got a text, Randy, from our good friend Vicki Ingham there at Thunderbowl.
Yeah.
She said bowling is on every TV and every device out there at Thunderbowl, including the arena.
And that's not a small place.
No. Awesome. Spread the gospel.
Wow, that's pretty good. Good shot. Good shot.
2-4-7. Got to be careful with this one. Easy to chop.
Already has an open frame in the 4th. Had that huge lead, and it is deteriorating. Real nice pickup. Real nice pickup.
Hey, Rob, you want to see how these two players are playing this pair, this championship pair?
Only if it's courtesy of Strike Track 3D.
It is. Snodgrass on the right, obviously the right-hander. And Justin on the left.
Which game are you to do?
And here come the numbers. Arrow position pretty close to one another.
Again, Knowles, the lone lefty, your 9 seed. There you go. 5th strike. So the lead is at 8. Knowles can max with a 245. He showed some ink over there asking me to read Roman numerals. Once again, I was told no math would be involved.
I have no chance.
No. I'm like, X is 10.
Yeah, right.
Another one is 20. And a third is 30. It's like when the Super Bowl puts up, by the way, Fox Sports, you're home for the Super Bowl. When the Super Bowl puts up all those X's and I's and V's. I'm like, can you just write the dang number down for me? I'm not that smart. Snodgrass. Yeah!
There you go.
Second strike.
Finally gets 10 out on the right lane.
Yep, his first strike on the right. His other came all the way back in the second on the left.
Tell you what, though, he's really managed this game nicely.
Never in danger. It's 2 strikes and then nothing but 9 spares. He's telling us today he bowled his entire life, had a bowling ball before he could walk. I'm not sure that's a toy I would give to a toddler, but...
Isn't that, it just sounds dangerous, right?
Nothing good can come of that.
No.
Can we blame Roland from Roland's Bowling?
Hated it. You can see why. Look at the location of that shot right there.
I can't swear. Missed the head pin, so he's got a 1-2. This will be his toughest conversion of the day, and this is very manageable.
The good news is he's working on a strike, so as long as he converts, he doesn't lose any count. I think there may have been a little extra grip pressure on that shot, knowing that he was working on a strike, trying to double up and take the lead. Got a hook. Got it.
Again, live U.S. Open coverage tomorrow over on Fox. Begins at 2 p.m. Eastern. We know 4 of the competitors that will be there. Your 1 seed, E.J. Tackett. 2 seed, Thomas Katka from Finland. Anthony Simonson, the defending champ. And Richard Teese from England. We're going to hear from E.J. Tackett live in our next segment.
Oh. That was a good shot.
There you go. Great shot on the way to trust it.
Massive ring in 7. 4 slings around it.
Got it.
All right, to set up the 10th frame right here in the 9th for Justin Knowles.
Way to commit. Way to commit. That's good.
This is his 11th year as a pro, but the first as a full-time pro on the tour. Quite a start.
Making telecasts at the U.S. Open.
Shim.
Guess what? Come on. Yeah, he wanted that one to hold off just a little bit. And it did. You heard him say shim. That's the new term for hold. We used to say hold or, oh, crap.
He's going to close it off on the right lane, Randy, where he only has one strike, though. Snodgrass on that right lane right now to begin the 9th and then the 10th. Your 8th seed from Sterling Heights, Michigan, about 20 minutes north of Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Caught a break, caught a hit. But no matter what, he cannot shut out Justin Knowles. Little light rack ripper there. Now let's see if he can come back and make a better shot on this left lane and put some pressure on Knowles.
Tell you what, Randy, both of these guys seem to have really handled their first TV appearance with, obviously, with grace, but with calmness as well.
I agree. There's a long way to go to win this title.
Yeah, I'm not saying the heart isn't pounding underneath that hammer right there, but
yeah,
he seems to have it under control, as does Knowles. Snodgrass to begin the 10th. 8-pin match.
Oh, yeah!
It takes the lead for the first time in this match. It's going to take another re-rack on that left lane.
Takes his last re-rack. See those little hash marks underneath the player's name? The last one just disappeared. Knowles has both remaining. The winner to take on your 7 seed, Marshall Kent. Kent, a former Rookie of the Year. This will be his 4th U.S. Open TV Finals. Two more shots left for Snodgrass.
Rob, a strike here and 8 on his fill shot will force Justin Knowles to double in the 10th. Whipped it right.
His worst shot of the day came at a horrible time. Don't dwell on it, Frank. Just clean up the mess.
Cover it up. You never know. Knowles right now going at a 2:05 pace. Snodgrass, if he covers this, is 2:03.
Good cover.
Yeah.
So Frank sits down with the 2:03. And he'll have to find out if he moves on or if his day is done. Spare 9 to win.
Yep. What a shot.
Come on. Come on. Fuck, let's hear it, Indy. Come on, baby. Come on. Don't give me the ball. Do not give me the ball. Put you not. Doesn't matter.
Knowles moves on.
All right.
Game effort from Snodgrass.
Yep.
That'll be your 9 seed. Justin Knowles moving on. 7-2-0-3, the final in our opening match. So Justin Knowles moves on. He'll take on your 7-seed Marshall Kent coming up next. And when our live coverage returns here on FS1, the #1 overall seed for this year's U.S. Open, E.J. Tackett, will join us live. We welcome you back to Indianapolis, and tomorrow we crown a champion live over on Fox at 2 Eastern. The conclusion of our first major of the PBA season, the 2023 U.S. Open, presented by Go Bowling, also available on the Fox Sports app. Rob Stone, Randy Pedersen back here with you, as is our #1 seed tomorrow, E.J. Tackett. #1 seed last season. Obviously did not go the way you had hoped, losing to Anthony Simonson in the final. How has that played into your preparations for tomorrow's activity?
You know, I learned quite a bit on the show last year, and I'm just going to try to use that tomorrow to benefit me the best that I can. Hopefully I bowl well. I struggled a little bit, but I did learn something, so we'll see if it will even apply tomorrow.
What'd you learn?
I got caught throwing the wrong ball. I needed to throw something a little bit cleaner and throw some with my hand be a little bit more rolly. So,
EJ, how big of an advantage do you think Knowles has being the only southpaw?
It can play both ways. We've seen that lefties typically don't follow their own transition that well, but Justin might do it. You never know. It could go either way.
Right. Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Up next, your buddy Marshall Kent.
Doubles partner.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
doubles partner. A challenging year for Marshall last year. What have you noticed different in him in this short season so far?
Well, he's changed ball companies. I noticed he's back to throwing 16 pounds again. So I'm sure he did a lot of work in the off season, and it's showing so far.
All right, EJ, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. You're our #1 seed at the U.S. Open. But coming up next, your buddy Marshall Kent set to take on Justin Knowles in our second match day. There's the current odds courtesy of Fox Bet, and the man you're looking at right now, Marshall Kent, a favorite for that one. So our second match on today's coverage of the U.S. Open coming up next, Kent versus the lone lefty, Knowles. We welcome you back to Fox Sports coverage of the 80th edition of the U.S. Open, live from Royal Pin Woodland in Indianapolis. We're set for match #2. 9-seed Justin Knowles set to meet your 7-seed Marshall Kent.
With 5 PBA Tour titles, he bowls out of Nob Hill Bowl in Yakima, Washington. Your #7 seed, Marshall Kent.
Good to see Marshall back on television. Bit of a down year last season, fair to say?
Yep. He said, you know, I struggled with equipment. He made the change to a new ball company. He signed with Hammer.
There's his arsenal, and here's his first shot. Are you kidding me? A 7-10 to start.
Well, I know how you love facts, Rob. And here's a good one for you. Do you know that there was over 300 7-10 splits left this week, 7 of which were made, one by Parker Bone III of all people. Over 300.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Who gave you that stat?
It's like my
Lane
10th
Talk,
one
our
on
folks
TV.
at Lane
Jesus.
Talk. You want more information, go to lanetalk.com. But, I mean, what an insane number.
Wow. 0 300 games. Why do you think there were so many 7-10s?
It's got to be all pattern related, right? The way the ball goes through the pins.
Knowles, your 9-seed. An 8-pin win over Frank Snodgrass, and the lefty blows up the rack with his first shot.
Here's something else that's very interesting. So Marshall Kent decides to start on the left lane, which then allows Justin to finish the match on the left lane. He has yet to miss on that lane.
Feels like an early tactical error.
All right, he finally missed on that lane.
Come on, man. Do that all week. Not your best effort.
The man from Okemos with his first miss on that right lane, or his left lane, I should say.
Again, 2-4-7. You got to pay it respect. Well done.
So strike spare for Knowles to start. Asked Kent how to describe 2022. We all nodded and found this quote interesting. Best I've bowled for the worst results.
Yeah.
That's the Marshall Kent we know.
Went back to 16 pounds as well, Rob. So the ball company changed and then 16-pound.
What was he bowling with before?
15.
15.
Yep.
So what does that extra pound do?
That's another pound of weight going through those pins, man. You know, you want as much force going through those pins as you can get. Marshall's got plenty of power, but I think the change from 15 to 16 also changes his ball reaction just enough. Yeah, don't even think about it, 7-10. Don't even think about it.
A little better.
A little bit more power coming from Kent than what we saw in our first match of the day. Things getting there quicker and with batter intentions.
Shot.
Another strike on that right lane for Justin Knowles. Registration for the inaugural 2023 PBA LBC League Bowler Certification Championship is now open to all bowlers of all skill levels. So, Randy, you're invited. This summer in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. You can even combine your scores with the pros. I don't know how they do it, but they can do it. Enter today at pba.com. And if you're there in Milwaukee, there's only one place to visit when you're done bowling.
Holler House?
Oh, you know it. There's a quick double for Knowles.
Yep.
I know that face in that background of that shot.
Which face are we talking about?
Timmy Mack?
Oh, Tim Mack.
Yeah.
Just had shoulder surgery. Actually owns the pro shop here.
I heard Kimberly is a new employee in the pro shop. Kent's on fire now. That's a triple. Randy, for the first time in 2023, I would like to welcome you to the Beer Frame, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ask for the original, and please drink responsibly. What was the tagline last year?
You know what it is. You know what it was.
I had to keep rereading it to make sure it was correct. Kent in the fifth.
Don't give me that, baby. Don't give me that.
Marshall Kent using a stealth and proving that reactive resin's working pretty nice here in game 2 on the right side.
He's got the the smile back. He's got the energy back. He's got his confidence back.
He's got some swag back.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's good to see.
And Knowles had the swag to start, right? Remember, started with the strike. Kent had an open frame, and now things have swung away from Knowles. Trying to bring it back.
Good 8. Very good 8. That was a shot of the day right there.
You can see the inside miss, and it's just by 2 boards, which is 2 inches basically, and goes through the nose. That shows you just how sensitive the U.S. Open oil pattern is.
2. Knew I had it. Knew I had it. I get a re-rack.
So Knowles burns one of his 2 re-racks. For those new to bowling, kind of a de facto timeout at times.
Yeah, you can use it as a breather, or you just don't like the configuration of the pins. Maybe you see something down lane and one of the pins might be a little off spot. You just don't like what you're looking at. But I'll tell you one thing right now, he's feeling something he hasn't felt yet today, and that's a little heat applied by Marshall Kent.
Go. Yes, sir. Come on, I'm not done.
4th strike for Knowles here in our 2nd match of the day. Your 5 seed, Kyle Troop, will close out our broadcast. So the winner of this one will take on Thomas Larson. And after Larson, it's that man, Kyle Troop. It's good to see the hair is out. He had the hair under wraps earlier this week.
Yeah.
I was displeased. But very happy to let the fro go.
Let it be
Let
free.
the fro go,
Let
man.
it be free,
Let
baby.
the fro go. Packed house here at Royal Pin Woodland in Indianapolis, the only bowling center to have hosted all 5 PBA majors this week. It is hosting the 80th edition of the U.S. Open. We are live today on FS1. Tomorrow afternoon, the Final 5 live on Fox. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler, all here with you. And this is Marshall Kent working on a ham bone, looking for 5 in a row.
Wow.
Randall.
Yes, sir.
I would like to get your attention, please.
You have it.
We have a Pabst 6-pack alert. First of the season. If Mr. Kent strikes here, he's going to win $1,000 sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. So good to have Pabst Blue Ribbon back as a sponsor here. PBA, you know me, I love to grabst a Pabst when I have the opportunity. Yikes. Way right at
Six-pack got me
target.
nervous.
Big right. And fast. Almost 20 miles an hour.
Wow. Well, you saw the leg action, right? That right toe went across the body and then swung back again. A lot of venom on that shot. A little too much.
Got a little jacked up.
Yeah. Commercial break and a Pabst 6-pack alert will do that for you.
Yeah.
Must have got nervous.
But he seems in a good place, doesn't he?
Really does. His game looks great. With the exception of that shot there, I mean, pocket 7-10 and then a 5-bagger.
Yep, 17-pin lead right now on this man, Justin Knowles from Okemos, Michigan, suburb of Lansing. Took care of his buddy Frank Snodgrass, 211-203 in our opening match of the day. Well, that was kind of a
Around
deflating shot.
59. That was pretty bad.
2-7. All you want to do is fit the ball right in between the two. Have that bowling ball just kind of nudge that 2-pin, and it'll bounce right into that 7.
The ball or the pin will go into the 7?
The ball.
The ball.
Yeah.
Baby.
Like that?
Yeah.
That's why you're a Hall of Famer. Randy, tonight,
Yeah.
prime time hoops on Fox.
What do you got?
The Big East, Villanova and Creighton at 7:30 Eastern on Fox. I know you're a big basketball guy.
Yeah.
Creighton, 5-game winning streak, 14-8. Villanova, they got Justin Moore back from that Achilles injury. Who do you like tonight?
I'm going to go with Villanova.
Okay. I think Villanova's due. They're just 10-12, but I think they are due for a late season charge heading to the Big East tournament in March, live on Fox Sports. One of the greatest events we have.
Yes.
Knowles on the left. I got all kinds of odd taps, so.
Everything's starting to go high.
Yeah, left the 4-pin.
Time to move.
You just say time to move?
Yeah, that's what we said. Time to move. Early friction makes the ball go high.
Fourth spare of this game, his lone single pin spare. Again, Knowles with some fans in attendance. His wife Jacqueline is here. Son Kellen couldn't make it as we turn over to Marshall Kent. 5 PBA Tour titles, none of them a major. This is the 4th time he's made a U.S. Open TV broadcast. His first, 2013 in Columbus, finished 4th. He was still a college student at Robert Morris.
No.
10-pin.
How about the speed here, though? 20 miles an hour. Take a look at the profile of Marshall's Kent. Real athletic guy, gym rat. Beautiful positions there. And then that bent elbow and wrist at the bottom of the swing, creating that power.
Pin lead. Kent, native of Yakima, Washington, currently resides in Las Vegas. You remember what his score was in the last game he rolled today to make it here?
141.
Crazy. A 141
Yeah.
got him to the big show. That's how tough the U.S. Open is.
Oh, no.
Well, Kent had an open frame in the first, and now he's got a challenge here in the 9th.
Let Knowles right back in it unless he converts.
Really like that. Going after the 210. Missed it, air mailed it.
And now,
second open frame.
And now he can get shut out. You can see the max scores right there. Couldn't have come at a worse time, Rob. I mean, he needs a spare there, and he couldn't have been shut out. Now, Knowles can do just that.
Everything was going Kent's way after that opening frame.
Yeah.
And then this. Opportunity for Knowles, off a spare. What a time for his 5th strike.
Well, he puts himself in position now. You heard him say the last time on the left lane, it was time to move, so he's going to make an adjustment on that left lane, and let's see if it pays off.
He can shut him out. 2 strikes and 4.
Yep.
Will Kent have an opportunity to roll when it matters? Left the 7.
Good shot. Can't be mad at that one.
Oh, that was dirty.
Pretty good shot.
Got to make this. Okay.
Thanks, Nick. Thank you for that.
One more shot.
Apparently 1 hooks.
Did you catch who his lefty bowling idol was?
No.
All right, throw good.
Hoss.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Patrick Allen.
PA.
You'll horse.
My face lit up when he said Patrick Allen.
Great.
Last shot here for Knowles. Count. It's 9, and he's done with a 206. He had a 211 last game, 206 this game. Kent needs a mark in 7.
Yeah, he needs to fill 17 here in the 10th frame. First ball strike should do it. Yeah, wants that left lane to cycle. Last thing you want is that sweep to come down in the middle of your backswing.
Oh, no.
Again.
It's 2. How does that not hook?
Well, he's got to cover it. He's got to make it Rob to have any chance. But back-to-back 210s, the last 2 frames.
Didn't convert it in the 9th. Got another chance here in the 10th. Must have the 210. Missed it again.
How do those not hook?
And it is done. And Knowles moves on again from the 9 spot. The lone lefty has got 2 wins under his belt.
Still alive.
Coming up next, a little Danish dynamite. Thomas Larson, your 6th seed. Can he put an end to this run from Justin Knowles? Find out with us next, live here on FS1. We welcome you back to Fox Sports Live coverage of the 80th U.S. Open, standing room only crowd here in Indy. We got a birthday. Happy birthday.
I didn't get any cake.
Cake. Oh, the on-lane graphics you see today, Randy, including the ball tracer, are courtesy of Clutch Bowling. As you take a look, there's your Clutch Bowling pop.
You know I love me some clutch.
You and me both, my friend. All right, 2 matches down, 1 to go.
I wonder if I could get clutch and use it on the hardwood of my flooring in the house.
Ooh, that sounds like an opportunity.
Wouldn't that be cool?
For Clutch Bowling to expand their product line.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to trademark that.
Take a look at your odds provided by our good friends at Fox Bet. Larson, your 6th seed, acknowledged as the betting favorite, the winner for this one, to take on your 5 seed,
feed it further right over here.
Kyle Troop.
Yeah.
So Knowles will start this one against Thomas Larson. Once again, we are live from Royal Pin Woodland today and tomorrow. This venue, one of the more historic ones.
It sure is.
On the tour.
Yep.
Got some great moments here. Walter Ray Williams Jr., WRWJ. Remember, he tied Earl Anthony's record here with his 41st career PBA title. That was back in '06. Norm Duke. Norm won the first of a PBA record, 3 consecutive majors here in '08. And now Justin Knowles. He's already dropped Snodgrass and Kent like a Chinese spy balloon. Now he's trying to take down Thomas Larson.
Wow. Good one, Ryan.
Whoa. Wow. Apparently I like that spare.
247.
Again.
Again. Nice cleanup from Knowles.
More spares than I made all of match play.
With 3 PBA Tour titles and a USBC Masters title, he rolls out of Kolding Bowl Hall in Kolding, Denmark. Your number 6 seed, Thomas Larson.
What did you call him before we went to break? The Dangerous Dane or something?
Danish Dynamite?
Danish Dynamite?
Randy.
Yeah?
Can you pronounce his hometown in Denmark?
I can. Skanderup. Skanderup.
You think so?
Yeah.
All I know is he told me, don't say the D.
Right.
Skanderup.
Skanderup. Even my grandfather was from Denmark.
Was he?
Yeah, Copenhagen.
Yeah. Well, Thomas grew up 2 hours west of Copenhagen. Hey, we got a flashback. Go back to April 4th, 2021. Reno, Larson taking care of Jesper Svensson to win the 2021 USBC Masters. His first major win and 3rd career PBA title, but his first on American soil.
Yeah.
There's a strike today from Thomas. First strike here of our 3rd match. Again, the winner will take on Kyle Troop in our final match of the day here at the U.S. Open. The winner of that one will complete our final 5 for tomorrow's broadcast over on Fox. 2 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
You mean like Big Fox?
Like Bart Simpson Fox. Yeah, like Next Level Chef Fox.
Like Super Bowl Fox.
Like Super Bowl Fox.
Hook. Right. Good 9. All right, good break. Good break.
Here's the 4 that are waiting today's Survivor. I think that's a good way to use it, right? So this is like bowling Survivor right now. EJ Tackett, your 1 seed, only needs to win 1 game, and he'll have that U.S. Open title. Anthony Simonson, the 3 seed, the guy who beat Tackett last year here at the U.S. Open. Oh, he missed it.
Oh, man. Hold that coffin a little bit longer, please.
I was distracted, apparently.
So 7 spare, and then a 9 in the second.
Sorry. Come on now.
Again, this is his first time on television. Got to be able to move on from a cough. Not ideal. Get himself back here in the 3rd frame. He's had 2 wonderful wins already. Nice bounce back strike from Knowles.
A little better, a little better.
Well, this is how you recover But missing single pin spares at the U.S. Open can be quite costly.
Back-to-back strikes for Larson. Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
Guess who just texted me on my secret PBA Textosa phone line?
Tell me.
Mr. 100.
Oh, Tom Doherty, your buddy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Was he giving you grief over the spy balloon thing?
Bingo. Lots of emojis. Tom, my frenemy, had a pretty good week here, actually.
Yeah,
A little disappointed he didn't make the show.
Can I tell you what ball Martin's using?
Please. Or what ball Thomas might be changing from in a second?
Well, Thomas right now currently going with a Proton Physics.
I'm sorry, a what?
Proton Physics.
You know me and ball names.
Yeah, I know.
That one, it's a thumbs down.
You don't like the name of
No.
Proton Physics?
No, it sounds like something, an open frame. It sounds like something a vector head in the lab should be rolling, not Danish dynamite. I don't want something that evokes fear.
All right, so if, like you were to name a ball, you have anything off the cuff?
Yeah.
What? Give me a name.
Yeah, it would be a red ball. It would be called Ginger Assassin. So good to be back with you, buddy.
It really is.
Knowles to close out the fourth. Larson with an open frame in the fourth. Knowles working on a strike. Oh, yeah. Back-to-back jacks for Knowles after that open frame in the second. Nice recovery.
Well, and he takes advantage of the open frame by Larson.
First year as a full-time bowler on the PBA Tour. His 11th as a pro, though. We asked him, why'd you have such a good week? Great practice.
Yeah.
Great practice. Built-in friction was good for him, but 4 practice sessions, it all went his way.
I mean, he traveled half the country just to get here.
Now found out Saturday he was able to roll the PTQ. Yes. And another strike for the only lefty left.
I thought it was pretty interesting in our interview with him how he said, I'm going to be chirpy.
Yeah. Larson, I would not describe him as chirpy.
No.
Larson's kind of a cat guy. He's a cat guy transitioning into becoming a dog guy.
He's already made the transition. Their cat passed away. Now he has a dog.
Still a transition.
Look out.
Oh, no! Back to back open frames.
Well, something you don't see Thomas Larson do very often.
This kind of sums up last season for Larson. His quote, pretty awful 2022.
Yeah.
Didn't make too many good decisions. Didn't have much to say about 2022. But this season came in with a different mindset. Make these good shots, get better every week. There's a bounce back shot. Spending some time in the gym, improving his diet, practicing. Lost 8 kilos. You know how many pounds that is?
Well, I know a kilo is 2.2 pounds, so roughly 16.
You're good with math. Knowles Larson, we wrap it up next. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer Randy Pedersen, the soon-to-be Hall of Famer Kimberly Pressler back here with you in Indianapolis. Match number 3 of today's coverage of the U.S. Open presented by Go Bowling. The 9 seed Justin Knowles, the only lefty remaining in the field, Already has 2 wins under his belt today, trying to take care of Danish Dynamite Thomas Larson, your 6th seed. The winner to take on everybody's favorite, Kyle Troop, next.
Shot.
You know, before that Larson whiff on the 10-pin, he was 100% conversion for the tournament.
Yeah, he was talking to us about that, saying my spare shooting, particularly my split shooting, was really good.
That's how you make it right there.
Did you see that sign?
Shot, kid.
No,
I love Danishes.
Great spare.
I love Danishes.
The great Dane Thomas Larson with the seat right now, your 6th seed, and he is down 23 pins as we enter the 7th. Good news for Larson, though, is he's sitting on a strike. He'll be up in a second. Justin Knowles from Okemos, Michigan. Hour or so north of Detroit.
Shot.
His 4th strike here of match 3. Had 3 in a row, 3, 4, and 5, and then that 9 spare, and then this strike in the 7th.
Rob, do you like donuts?
Yes and no.
A donut with no hole is a Danish.
No. Incorrect. I am not buying that.
Needs help. He needs to do a lot of that.
Double for Larson.
Now he just cut it to 13, but again, U.S. Open old pattern. I love Danish. U.S. Open old pattern. You whip 2 spares like he did in the middle part of this game. It's so hard to catch up because you just can't strike enough.
Open frames in the 4th and the 5th. Off camera, you and I will continue this Danish donut debate. So I'm irate right now, but I have a job to do. Larson on the left, looking for 3 in a row, trying to pull himself back into it. Down 13. Big triple there. Let's see how Knowles reacts. Knowles, a pair of 8-pin wins today. Took care of Frank Snodgrass and then Marshall Kent. Now trying to move on past Larson and set up a meeting with Kyle Troop.
Go. All right, get that 3-pin out of there.
7 was blocked.
Wow. That's a good shot. All right, good shot.
6-pin was taking a look for a minute there.
He's made 45 of 48 attempts at the 7-pin this week.
Where do you get your info from? Oh, I know where.
Where?
Lane Talk.
Of course, Lane Talk. I knew that. Three pins separating these two, and we begin the 9th.
Had close matches all the way through it, Rob.
Again, first time on TV for Knowles. He's handled himself very well. He's had the lead, he's had to come from behind. He's seen it all. Come on, 7-pin.
Can't throw much better than that. Good shot, kid.
So you know how many pins he won game 1 by?
Great shot.
8.
And how many by game in game 2? How many did he win by?
Are you even listening to my work? I said this like a minute and a half ago. Back-to-back 8-pin wins.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I know. It's all right. You kind of are tone deaf to me, anyways, aren't you?
Yeah. Sometimes I just kind of tune out.
That's what happens, Randy, when you've been the lead analyst for 23 years. Nice pickup. 23 years. My goodness, what an accomplishment. 23 years as the lead analyst for the PBA, buddy.
Yeah, it's been an incredible honor. And I can't believe it.
I would get you, and I would think every Hall of Fame that exists out there in the bowling world.
I'm in one, and the only one that matters to me is the PBA's Hall of Fame.
Larson in the 9th. Oh no, 7, 10. Are you kidding me?
That makes the number 332 for the week.
Insane.
And boy, I'll tell you what, that couldn't have happened at a worse time.
Only 4 times it's been converted on television, and that number will remain that way.
Who was the last player to convert?
Anthony Neuer. You know him as the Ginger Assassin. Back in 2011, or 2021, I should say, in Reno, you and I were there. We were slightly excited.
Yeah.
That was at the U.S. Open, too, wasn't it?
It was.
Oh, boy.
This match is all but over. And our man Justin, he just keeps on rolling.
Hey, Fox Bet keeps going against our guy, Justin Knowles. He's proved him wrong 3 straight times, looks like. Oh, what a pickup, though. What a pickup. Remember that one. That is your spare of the game, sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Lower your initial mortgage rate by 3% with rate reduced from Guaranteed Rate, bringing you mortgage rate down hard. On the bounce back. Okay. So 190. That is the low score of the day.
Let's go.
Shire. 8 on the first ball is a winner.
See your 8 and raise you to 10. The 9 seed moves on. But business is about to pick up. Kyle Troop, former player of the year, in no mood to give up today. Knowles, Troop next. Bad time for Thomas Larson to have the low score of the day and his opponent to have the high score of the day. Justin Knowles, 25 pins better than Larson. He moves on to match number 4 next against Kyle Troop. The U.S. Open, just how tough is it? That is the subject of today's Go Bowling presents Pressing Questions with Kimberly Pressler.
What is the worst thing about the U.S. Open?
Bowling awful, and that's what I did.
Stu, let's chat about the U.S. Open. What is one thing that you absolutely love about it? I made him speechless. This might be the first time ever. Did you see that? What is your favorite thing about the U.S. Open?
The time I won.
What is the worst thing about the U.S. Open?
How hard it is. If you're not focused, if you're not ready, well, it's going to be brutal on you. Honestly, it's a big grind. It's one of those events that all the best bowlers seem to rise to the top.
It's such a prestigious event. I think it's really harsh having it as the first one. It's definitely showed up a lot of flaws that I've had this week, but yeah, such a great event, so much history.
You have to persevere on some very difficult patterns, and there's not a lot of easy ways out here. There's no pretending and getting your way to the final here.
You know, it's one of my favorite tournaments of the year because you know that as long as if you bowl good, you're going to be in there and be making the finals and have a chance to make the show. But you know, it's definitely a mental test.
I'd say it's from my heart. The specialist thing about this year has to be the fact that I competed in the U.S. Open, which may be my final one, with my own two boys, Justin and Brandon. That's, oh my God, I'm going to get choked up thinking about it.
We had some father-son activity this week, Randy, at the U.S. Open. I don't know if you noticed a theme here, and if you didn't, I'm going to pick it up to you. The old men beat the kids.
Yeah, they whooped up on the youngins.
3-0, Barnes, Malott, and Parker. All right, Kyle Troup, according to Fox Bet, is your favorite to win match number 4. The winner moves on to tomorrow's coverage over on Fox. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Knock your initial mortgage rate down by up to 3% with rate reduced from Guaranteed Rate. Learn more at rate.com. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to gobowling.com to find a center near you. Take a look at the U.S. Open presented by Go Bowling Stepladder Bracket. Today's final match brought to you uninterrupted. The upstart Justin Knowles set to take on Kyle Troup. What a way to start the 66th PBA season, Randy, with the U.S. Open, and not one day, but 2 days of live coverage on Fox Sports.
Yeah, man. And working with you again.
Strike for Knowles. This is his 60th game this week. Remember, had to qualify through the pre-tournament qualifying, and who does he face now? Yeah, that guy.
With 9 PBA Tour titles and the 2021 Player of the Year, he bowls out of Penn Station in Newton, North Carolina. Your number 5 seed, Kyle Troup.
Your 2021 Chris Schenkel Player of the Year earned almost $500,000 that season. One win shy of becoming eligible for the PBA Hall of Fame. Randy's got his ring on. What a start for Kyle Troup, but Kimberly, he is dealing with some adversity on that right hand.
He is, because I got a chance to speak to him during the commercial break, and he said that the tip of his right middle finger is swollen to the point where it makes it very difficult to fit into the ball easily. He told me that it started yesterday in match play and consistently got worse as they played more games. So I asked him how badly is it affecting him, and in typical Kyle style, he laughed and said, if I bowl enough, it's going to go numb. But right now, it's about an 8 out of a 10.
Ooh. Ingrown nail. He kept showing us that middle finger, Randy. I don't know why he was doing that, but just kept flashing it to us. Like, look at this. This hurts.
He was just showing you.
Oh,
Woo, all right.
Yeah, it looked awful, though. In fact, during our interview, he was actually putting Neosporin and a Band-Aid on it.
I was noticing that.
Yeah.
I was like, are you doing some cuticle work? He's like, uh-uh. And he flashed me the middle finger again. He's like, this is my problem. I was like, I'm your problem? No, it's that. Got it. Pick up there. You know who's here to cheer on, Kyle?
Well, it's got to be Gup.
Look at. By the way, look at the flow in back. He's letting it out. Guppy, true. Oh, I thought he was giving us the middle finger for a second there. Oh my gosh. Oh, Guppy, true. Remember, second at the U.S. Open back in 1984. 73 years young.
Yeah.
Still bowling league. I love that man.
Yes.
Knowles
Knowles off a strike. Back-to-back strikes here in match number 4. Tomorrow, Randy, I encourage you to buckle up. You know why?
Why?
As one of NASCAR's most thrilling events, it's returning to the LA Coliseum, and it's under the lights. NASCAR's Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox, like 911 Fox. The Fox that we're going to be on tomorrow at 2 Eastern with the U.S. Open final.
You ever been to the Coliseum?
I have, for football and soccer.
I watched a Rams game there way back in the day with my dad. Roman Gabriel was
Gabriel flashback. Yep. Awesome. Knowles looking for 3 in a row to start match 4. Oh, lucky drop of that 7 late.
Chuck. Good ball.
Well, talk about transition. Knowles is 6 boards right from when he started today.
Hey.
That's how many boards he's moved since the start of match 1.
Got that one, baby.
Again, this match brought to you uninterrupted here on FS1. The winner to move on to our coverage tomorrow afternoon on Fox. Kyle Troop. Randy, remember these numbers? His last 2 games of match play early this afternoon?
I believe it was 160, 150.
Bingo.
Using a Rubicon UC2.
First time making the cut at the U.S. Open. He's now 1-7 here.
Can you believe that?
Insane number. Strike, spare, strike for Troop. Asked him how last year went. It's like, it felt like I struggled all of last year, but in the reality, it was really kind of the front end, if you will, because as you mentioned, he finished with a flourish.
Yeah, winning the playoffs again, and you know what he did at the Elias Cup, and
did he win the Strike Derby too?
Won the Strike Derby.
That one looked a little right.
Yeah, it was, and it got back. Trip 2 for a big double. Remember last time on that lane he went 4-pin, and you know that sticks in your head, so we tried to give it a little bit more room. The U.S. Open, on conditions this tough, you have to execute, you have to make your spares, and you have to have some good things go your way.
See Dad Guppy out there trying to give him the knuckles?
Yep.
See it?
It did.
Third strike for Knowles. That one felt like it got there maybe a schmidge faster than most of his. Maybe I'm just daydreaming.
I just got a text from Jason Couch.
Oh.
He goes, LA Coliseum, didn't you bowl Travel League with Fred Flintstone?
Travel League. On your tippy toes?
Thanks, Jay. Jay, recovering from knee surgery. I hope you're feeling well, my friend.
Apparently our phone lines are open throughout the broadcast.
Great.
Caller? Nice close out of that 10.
Strikes again on his good lane.
That's 2 in a row, 4 total for Knowles. Again, the winner to move on to our coverage tomorrow over on Fox. Your 1 seed, E.J. Tackett. Your 3 seed, the defending champ, Anthony Simonson. Championship round tomorrow, live on Fox. Troop, 2 seasons ago, your PBA Player of the Year. Last year's Player of the Year winner, none other than Mr. Belmonte.
Jason Belmonte.
Who did not have a strong U.S. Open. Averaged a, what did you say,
195.
That was shades of a Brooklyn almost there. And Kyle got away with it in the 4th frame. Not so much here in the 5th.
Oh, open frame. Troop down 22.
Well, we lost some of our brothers here recently. Hall of Famer Dave Davis, smooth stroking left-hander. Touring pro Kenny Hall from upstate New York. And, of course, Randy Stoughton, former touring pro and longtime coach at the Kegel Training Center. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their families.
Yeah, nice acknowledgement for everything those three have done for the sport of bowling through their lives. Kyle's going to wait this one out. Looks like one of the lanes did not clear properly. Yep, here we go. Oh, no, he asked for a late re-rack. So a re-rack on that left lane here at Royal Pin Woodland. Nine spare and strike on that left lane. Here he is to open up the 6th. Down 22 pins. We will be with you uninterrupted through the conclusion of this match. If you're looking for NASCAR practice at the top of the hour, it will begin over on FS2 and then switch over here to FS1 once bowling is done for the day. So again, NASCAR practice set to start in just a couple minutes over on FS2 in about 4 minutes. We will be here with you till the conclusion of this 4th match here at the U.S. Open. Justin Knowles with a 22-pin lead.
That one checked up early.
Could have been a lot worse.
You know, and the numbers say that the ball speed was slow, but if the ball reads the lane early, it's going to slow down.
So Knowles remains clean. 4 strikes, 2 spares. The lead at 21. We begin the 7th. Knowles didn't even know he was going to be involved in this tournament until late Saturday afternoon of last week. Got a call while he was doing an amateur event. Had to sort out some life issues. Rolled in at 2:30 in the morning on Sunday to bowl at 8 a.m. And here he is. 1 win away from tomorrow's broadcast on Fox. It's all 10 to go there.
Sir. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
That time the speed was perfect. And it showed with that result.
And again, the only lefty left.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought it was interesting what E.J. Tackett had to say when we had him on earlier about him being the only left-hander.
Troop looking for a double. Finds it!
Can cut it to 1 with a strike here in the 8th, Rob.
Nine titles, 1 major for Kyle Troop. He's won the last 2 editions of the PBA playoffs. They give out that WWE belt.
He's got 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Guppy wears his to league.
Hold up those pants.
There you go, Kyle. 3 in a row.
That's a shot.
Want to remind you, NASCAR practice will begin over on FS2 at the top of the hour. As soon as we are done with bowling here on FS1, NASCAR Cup Series practice will switch over here to FS1. Lead has shrunk to 1. Knowles trying to grow it back.
Oh, boy.
Gosh, 2 was not enough.
Well, he made another adjustment. You heard him say it. 2 wasn't enough.
Should have moved a couple. It's all right. Shot.
Well, you got to cut
committed.
the 2-pin
I'm scared to throw it.
over into the 610.
He's faced this 3 times this week, Randy.
Yeah.
He hasn't converted any of them.
That's not an easy split to convert.
2 is better than 1.
So an open frame in the 8th. Remember, Troop had an open frame in the 5th. So we go to the foundation frame 9th.
Bad shot.
13 pins separating these two, but Troop is working off a strike.
Troop is working off a 3-bagger.
Needed that one.
Yeah, he did.
So he'll take a seat and let Kyle Troop, 14-year pro,
Mid lane's just fried.
pop himself up here. Down 13, but trying to make it 4 strikes in a row.
Man.
A 10-pin shy of a ham bone.
That was a good one, too. Six-pin looked like it just got whiplash. No, don't miss that one.
He didn't, but he made it interesting. Two strikes in 9 to move on to tomorrow over on Fox. We begin the 10th. Troop with a chance to shut out Knowles. There's 1 strike.
And that's big, too, because even if he doesn't strike on the next ball, if he spares, he forces Knowles to double in the 10th.
Again, those looking for NASCAR action, it is live right now on FS2. In just moments, it'll move over here to FS1. NASCAR Cup Series practice from the LA Coliseum airing right now on FS2. Momentarily, it'll be right here on FS1. Kyle Troop needs a strike and 9 to move on to tomorrow's U.S. Open action and the final 5, which can be seen live on Fox 2 Eastern.
Got a hook. That was huge.
Oh my
tripping that
goodness,
up.
you're not kidding.
Well, you only missed 2 boards right there.
Well, you know what? It really didn't matter if he trips the 2-pin out. He gets 9. He still forces Knowles to double.
So Kyle's 215 matching the high total today, which that man, Justin Knowles, rolled in the last game. Now Knowles needs 2 strikes and then just 3 to win. NASCAR Cup practice coming up next year on FS1. It's live right now on FS2.
Remember the last time up on this right lane, big split for Knowles.
Turned into an open frame.
Had to have a strike, and it is over. That man, Kyle Troup, moves on to the final 5 at the U.S. Open tomorrow on Fox. A satisfying moment of the match, sponsored by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers, and Kyle Troup with that 2:15 able to move on. What a brave run from Justin Knowles, but it will conclude here. A reminder, we crown that champion live on Fox, 2 Eastern tomorrow. It's the 2023 U.S. Open presented by Go Bowling, and yes, Kyle Troup will be there. Coming up next, NASCAR Cup Series Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum practice for Randy Pedersen. Kimberly, Pressler, and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. This has been the PBA on FS1. We'll see you tomorrow on Fox.